Going live on YouTube. So here's the new beginnings. Currently, my Facebook is down, and I made a commitment. I said I am going to upload every single day, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me from uploading to share about this power-filled event. So, yes, if you are subscribed to my channel, and you guys got to see that I recently just uploaded a quick clip of how to purchase tickets for a Femininely Fearless virtual talk. So if you haven't seen that, you go just head over to my channel. It should be in your subscription notifications if you're subscribed to my channel, and that's where you can get the information, like the information on how to purchase tickets and reserve your seat. Right now, tickets are only $10. You get the early girl gang special. If you wait until the last minute, the week of the event, which is October 22nd, it actually starts October 18th. The tickets will be $15 a piece. So head over. I have a lot of information that I want to share, a lot of motivation and a lot of like inspiring quotes and stuff. We also be having merch. We'll be giving some merch away, and I'm just really excited about this event because it's not the first that I've ever put on. This is my very first speaking engagement. A lot of the other events I've ever done have like been free or donation only, but this one, I decided to turn over a new leaf. And on my vision board, I put that I was going to share my gifts, and that I was going to be bold, and I was going to be consistent. And this is one of the things that I talked about in therapy with my therapist. Like I said, if you guys follow my channel, then you kind of know what I'm talking about. But I recently started therapy about a month ago, and me and my therapist have put together a plan where it helps me to kind of like attack these things that I've put off and deal with childhood traumas at the same time, and really get connected with my brain, because at one point I guess I was just kind of like all over the place. I wanted to get on here and kind of talk a little bit about my very first experience. And I think for me, it's not just talking about something, hoping people, whip out their credit cards, buy a ticket, and then come. It's me actually just sharing with you guys some experiences that I've had. Now, the very first time, so I had bought this, my mother had took me. I love fashion. I've always loved fashion. I've always been a big lover of like design and the newest styles and stuff. And I know you guys remember skirts had like the shorts and the little skirt. I seen that they kind of made a little comeback or whatever, because everybody's delving into the 80s and 70s and 90s clothing. So I think even this what I'm wearing, it's like really long. This is from Tiana Taylor. You guys gonna have to check out the review I do on her collaboration with Pretty Little Thing, I believe. And but anyways, I've always been into very fashion, big on fashion. One of my favorite style influencers back in the day for me was Christina Milian and Brandy. I used to love the way that Christina Milian dressed. Don't ask me why. Who else? Who else was I heavily influenced by their fashion? Sierra. Like I wanted to dance, dress like a dancer because I used to dance and stuff. So I wanted to dress like a dancer, and like I would have like the combat boots and the baggy jeans, like the baggy pants, cargo pants. I would have on like the fitted tops. Aaliyah was another one I was heavily inspired by, and Left Eye. So I dressed a lot like them. I kind of got my style, my uniqueness from following women who are very unique and very bold. So needless to say, I forget who it was that I saw with this skirt on, but I want to say it was like on Bring It On or something. I don't know, but it was like a black skirt. I forget who it was, but anyways, we went to the store. So my mom, she let me get a skirt for like the first time that didn't have to have shorts underneath it. Okay. And so it was white. It was a white. Yes, this was a white skirt. And I was really like excited about it. I was in middle school. I'm like, it's picture day. I had a black track jacket, like a black and white like tracksuit jacket. Y'all, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had on my little white K Swiss that my dad had bought me. Shoot, y'all couldn't tell me nothing in my little school pictures. So, I was really excited about it. And like these were pictures that a lot of like I don't know if they even do this now in middle school, but in middle school you were able to take like freestyle pictures. So like I'm wearing this little skirt, like nice. Like, it was always thick, so it was kind of like maybe to someone else on the shorter side, but it wasn't like a super short skirt at all. It was like appropriate for school. So I was really, really, really a little bit like about wearing it, but I really wanted to wear it. But then like on one side I was like excited to wear it, and on the other side I was like really nervous about wearing the skirt to school because I also had to walk to the bus stop and then get on the bus. So even when I put this skirt on, I felt really uncomfortable and afraid about it. I didn't really feel super confident. I just felt excited to wear it because I had been wanting this skirt for so long. Um, yeah, so wear it to school. Get a lot of raving reviews from my peers, and you're like, oh, it's so cute. You look so cute. Yeah, we live for those. Like, girl, look at you. Especially for women complimenting women, we be real geeked. I think, I wasn't quite prepared for what was about to happen. But there was this guy who was, he believed he was younger than me, but he was bigger than me. And he constantly would always make comments. And I just would kind of like brush them off or not. 'Cause guys always made comments. Guys always made comments to me, or there was always someone smacking my butt or something like that. So I just kind of dealt with it because I just thought that was kind of like it was okay, like, oh, it's just boys being boys. That's what it would be said to me. Oh, it's just boys being boys. So I always felt very uncomfortable about my body, but at the same time, like, my mother didn't buy clothes that were gonna like be super baggy on me either. So I really started feeling very uncomfortable that day. He made some comments and I just kind of brushed it off, but I shouldn't have brushed it off. I should have told somebody. Well, when he made the first comment, about taking me somewhere, I didn't even know what sex was, and I'm in the 6th grade. So there's to show you, like, I wasn't somebody who was just sitting around here being fast or hot in the tail. I wasn't allowed to do much. So I do think it was a disservice for me to learn about sex at a young age from watching something on BET. But I think my mom was just trying to keep me as innocent for as long as possible, I guess. But in a way, it did lead to me being exposed to something that I'm okay now. But it did bother me for a long time, very long time. Something so minuscule, it seemed. It was very traumatic for me. So I'm on the bus and my best friend, who's normally with me all the time, um, he wasn't he was coming to the bus, but he wasn't quite on the bus yet. So we get on the bus, school is over, I'm getting on the bus, and I'm sitting in the back like I always did, with nothing abnormal out of the ordinary for me that day. I'm sitting on the bus, I'm waiting on my friend to come, and he's kind of taking a little longer than normal, but he's coming because I was like one of the first people on the bus or whatever. Well, the guy, the boy who was making vulgar comments, he comes back there, and he says something to me, and I can't even really remember every word, but he says something to me, and then he's just kind of like, I'll take it, and I'm like, no, you won't. Needless to say, he snatched me, he shoved me back. I hit my head on um, the bus was like a little like metal, like up against the window. So I like hit my head and it kind of dazed me for a second, and I didn't really realize what was going on because it wasn't like those things where you're prepared, or like it's a predator or somebody who you don't see their face, or it's not someone who's walking down the street that I don't know snatching me off the street and trying to rape me. It's literally this boy that I see every day at school. So when he snatches me back, I kind of just like braced myself. I didn't really realize it happened so fast. I didn't realize what was going on. So when he snatched me back, he then jumps on top of me and he pins me down, and I'm wedged in between the bus and I'm like wedged in between the bus seat, and he's on top of me, and he is gyrating, very like I can feel, him, and I remember like the pitfall of my stomach was like, yo, he's like right on me and my underwear. Like, and literally if I don't get him off of me, he's going to try. I'm really scared. Like I'm just beyond scared at this point. I'm trying to scream. He has his hand over my face, pinning me, and I'm like literally trying to bite the skin of his hand. My friend runs up, and like I told you, this took place so fast. Nobody could hear me at the back of the bus. Um, so he sees him, and then he like grabs him off of me, and he gets me, and I vaguely remember what happened after that. It was so I was so like I was just trembling and crying the whole time. And even talking about it now, this happened back in middle school. I remember not wanting. I threw the skirt. I didn't. I never wanted to wear a skirt again in my life, and that was like the very first time I've ever been able to wear a skirt. Was my last time wearing one. I felt so dirty and just crummy. And I kept telling my friend, he kept saying, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I kept telling him, oh, I don't know. I think I'm okay. I'm fine. But I wasn't. And like still to this day, I remember him, saving me from that because it could have been so much worse. But that's the very first time I have ever experienced something like that. I was in middle school, and I was, terrified. I'm just thankful that it did not go further. But what it did was it shook me, and it made me uh, feel like, like I lost my security. Like I did. I'm like, oh man, it can happen anytime. It doesn't have to be a random person, or I need to pay attention when people saying stuff that, is inappropriate. And I didn't want to feel or look pretty anymore. I didn't want to bring attention to myself. I just wanted to kind of like get out of that school and like get away from there. So after that, I struggled for little while, a long time, really feeling comfortable again. But every time I would get on that bus, I quit sitting in the back of the bus, and I, tried to stay as close to the bus driver as I could. And I just remember always feeling like, please don't let him say anything to me. Please don't let this boy ever say anything to me again. And he scarred me really, really bad after that, with that. Um, but yeah, one thing I can say though, coming out of that is that it made me more aware of my surroundings. And I think learning how to speak about it and move forward with it, it also showed me how and what a predator looks like. That they don't have to look scary with a black mask on. It can literally be someone that you see all the time. So how do you protect yourself from that? How do you not fall victim to that? Well, like I said, you have to listen. I know that it sucks that we have to be this vigilant and that we have to be like this, but you have to remember that this is not just you living in this world. There's a bunch of other personalities, traumas, different stories, people who've been through different experiences. And obviously this boy had no home training and no mother to teach him to do right. And he felt like he should be allowed to do that. And I will say society has given men a pass with that boys will be boys crap, that they don't have to own up, and stand up and be responsible. And I refuse to raise young men like that. There is no boys will be boys. Okay. You are going to respect women. So it's given me a different outlook, on life. I take things very serious, and I'm learning how to relax because I take things very serious, even though I'm a very goofy person. If you make a threat, if you say something, I'm very heightened and I'm listening to you, and I'm aware. I'm always aware of my surroundings. I cover up, more, and I'm just more conscious of my dress because of that. I would say when I moved down south after that, so, I did, wear shorts. I was, into shorts because, it was really hot living in Alabama. But other than that, I would not wear a skirt unless it was floor length and I had pants on underneath it, because I was like, that'll never happen to me again. So yeah, I don't know. I think that was something I felt like sharing, because it would be it's and it's something that I have not ever felt comfortable really talking about and in depth. I felt very embarrassed. This strong girl who's I don't take no nonsense, no mess type of girl, that this happened to me. And I think I you know had a story to tell, and it's something that I think it was powerful enough to share, because I want the young girls who are following me, and to be aware and be conscious of your surroundings, and let's do our part in educating men. Let's do our part in educating our boy cousins, our sons, our uncles. Let's be just as fearless and as powerful in our femininity, and let's let them know, like, no, there is no boys will be boys. We don't support that. And we're not going to encourage that. And we're not going to turn a blind eye because, oh, this female is this way, or we heard a reputation about her, so it's okay. No, he needs to know from the gate that is not how we treat women. We need to respect women, and we need to respect their bodies and their minds. Okay? So just wanted to drop in, share with you guys. Love you so much. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. But spread a little bit of glitter everywhere you sit. Keep it lit. Until next time. Bye.